Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the channel. I've got a little DIY video for you today. Thanks for coming. I enjoy sharing stuff with you. If you like my videos, feel free to like and comment, subscribe if it's something that you may be into. If not, that's cool too. So, today we're going to be doing, my dog's tearing my shop down. We're going to be doing a jute wrap that is finished with clear Gorilla Glue. And right from the get-go, it has to be clear Gorilla Glue. The original formula foams. This is no foam. And what you'll end up with is like this. I like it. It feels, personally think it feels great. A little bit of grippiness to it. My cup, I like it. It adds a little bit of personality too. Also, like when you're making these bamboo containers, they'll split sometimes. This one, I can't tell. I don't think it has. I'm looking at it through the camera. But I just cut it below a node. Cleaned it up. And then I take and wrap the top in that jute and slick it down with the glue. And what happens is it just reinforces that top. So you can stuff it in there and you don't worry about busting it. This also would work good for people who are asking me about overstrike. I personally don't think the leather collars or whatever protect it a whole lot. They may keep from splintering the wood, but if you really overstrike something, that leather ain't gonna cushion it too much. I mean, it's gonna do something to the handle, but this bonds to the handle. You know, it's basically like maybe fiberglass or something. I don't know a good thing to compare it to, but you know, it's all this essentially becomes one piece after you've soaked it in the glue and it dries. But where I'm getting at with this is, I think there's one left on the website, but one of my knife designs released last week. Super excited. Thanks for everyone for their support. But this is the Kill Smoke, and it's my design. It's not like anything you've ever really seen before, but the deal with this version of my design is it doesn't come with scales, so it's a DIY option for the handle. You can wrap it in jute, you can wrap it in hemp, leather, whatever you want. And they have the warranty on the blade from LT Wright. So if you do something to the handle and the handle messes up, that's on you. They'll replace if the blade is messed up, but not the handle. They're stamped in the inside so they know what it is. If you were to do a crappy job putting scales on it and then try to send it in under warranty to have them fix it, they would know better. And they'd send it back to you. Or actually, I think I would have you pay to have it sent back for being a doo-doo head and trying to sneak something over on somebody. But anyway, so this version has the DIY option. And I like the jute wrapped that's soaked in glue. I like it a lot. Have it on tons of stuff. One of the prototype, this one before I had got good at doing it. So it's shiny in places. It's super thick. I put way too much on it, but it's super tough. This was one of the prototype Kill Smokes. It was made by Jerry Saunders from Corvus Survival Consultant. Same deal. I got a ferro rod here that I had made. This is a walrus tooth. It's pretty cool. I get some every so often. But when I was putting it together, I busted a big chunk off of it right here. So I reduced it a little bit all the way around it, made like a channel, and wrapped it in that jute and soaked it in clear Gorilla Glue. And now it's back on there. It's a really tough option. And when I say it's tough, like it's tough, straight up. My dog chewed on the end of one of them, and she was able to get some of them broke loose, but she didn't get it all the way off with the knife. But it's not hard, say, as epoxy is. So it's not like a clear, shiny. Now this one's pretty thick. I put way too much on here, but it's still a rubbery, tacky feeling to me. Like it's kind of soft, if that makes sense, because it's you can feel the fibers mixed with the clear glue, and it's, I don't know, it's soft. I enjoy it. My wife doesn't like it, but that's okay too. I know a bunch of other people that don't like it. So what you do is you get your materials that you want. We'll move some of this stuff out of the way here. So we got a good, we'll put this guy back on because it's comfy. So we'll say, just because it's out here, I accidentally left a bopper out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a piece on this bopper. Actually, I think I hold it about right here, so I'm going to put it about right there. That's where I want to put it. So what I need is some jute. This is just leftover remnants of some different balls of twine jute that I have. This stuff is super cheap. Like at some dollar stores, big box stores, you can get like 3 rolls for $1. I know the Dollar General store that's local, that's all we have in my little town, had them for $1. So I would always pick them up whenever I went. And from what I can tell, there's not one brand that's better than the other. I could be totally wrong, but from what I can tell, there's not. So what you'll need is the jute. What you're going to work with, come on bro, why aren't you focusing? There you go. And clear Gorilla Glue. You want clear. I have somebody that did some with normal, and they were like, dude, this sucks. And that's because they didn't necessarily do it right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to act like I'm going to whip it. And I'm just going to pick me a spot and go around it the first time so it lays on top of itself. And then I'm just gonna, I'm twisting my material and just layering in the jute twine as I go. And you could do the whole handle like this if you wanted to, or just bits and pieces. It's up to you. So when I'm starting to get close to the end, I'm going to pick me out just have a little extra here. And once I start getting towards the end, I'm going to do just like a half hitch. Like I'm going to do an overhand knot. I'm going to wrap it a couple more times. I'm going to do another one. And that's the knot that I use to finish this with. I don't do anything special. And you can hear, tighten it down, dress it up a little bit. And I can cut it off. And you can get even finer when cutting it. But it looks funky right now, I know. That'll change. So just put you a little blob on there and make sure you get the edges all the way around it. Good. And this stuff soaks this glue up really well. It'll discolor the jute. But once it's on there, I just rub it back over the top of itself. And I go in the same direction. And then what? Come on, bro, focus. I need more. I can tell that it already needs more. And if you put too much on it, you know, you can always wipe the excess off, but it'll be shiny. It's gonna be a bunch on here. Man, this phone's pissing me off. I'm not supposed to get mad when I'm doing craft stuff. But, like I already have, I got a good bit on there. I'm just gonna wipe it off on this table right here where I'm at. And just keep pressing it into the jute. And that stuff sucks it up. I mean, it's like a sponge. And I'll go around and make sure that all of my extra is off. And what happens is once it dries, you can come back and scrape that to get the shiny off of it if you want to, the finish. But that is how you wrap all of this stuff. It's the exact same way. A lot of my stuff, especially like my axe handles, I just wrap it. I don't lay nothing in there nice and pretty. I just wrap it and then soak her down real good. But that was how I do it. And then see what's going to happen is this is going to dry. And when it dries, there's going to be all these little pieces that are sticking off of it. So what you do is after it dries, you come back with a lighter and burn it off. And that's like the secret to natural cordage too. It's what cleans it up. You burn all those crazy fibers off of it. It'll clean it up. This is no different. This is the same way. Once it's dry, come back and hit it. And then you can take the little working in there and cut that off and get it nice and clean. But that is how you wrap materials. Clear Gorilla Glue. This thing, I've wrapped so much stuff with one of these bottles, lasts a long time, including some of the stuff on the website. So I do a lot more wraps than probably the average person, but this will last a long time. You can get a smaller tube than this also, but I think one of these may be $8 or something, lasts a long time. And then your jute, like I said, you can get a big giant roll off Amazon for just a couple bucks if you want. You can get both of these off Amazon if you're a not go into town kind of person. But the only outside tool you need is something to cut this and a lighter, and then these two things, and then just wrap it away. You could do like if you wrapped it really, you did a real smooth deal, and you could do like a 3 braid and swirl that on there and then put the glue on it, and it would all glue together to become one piece. It'd be like a decorative thing. That would be cool. You know, use your imagination with this stuff. It's not hard to do, but that's it. If you guys are wondering how you're gonna wrap some stuff, this is how I do it. Well, I hope it helps. Make sure to subscribe. Helps me out growing my channel. I want to have 100,000 one day. Don't we all? Anywho, here's my big boy. Hey, big boy. Big boy for dad. Big daddy, big boy. All right. Y'all have a good weekend. Later.